All right, shalom, shalom, yasharallah. Before we get started, we don't give all praises. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let this die first. Not die, but the screen keep going black. So let it do what that do. So I can stand on. Alright. Salaki for that. So, Shalom Yasharallah. Alright, back out in the highways and hedges, preaching the gospel of the kingdom to the Hebrew Israelites, or the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Alright. And give me 1 second. It's going somewhere. Let it die. Alright, there we go. So, before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Alright, back out in the highways and hedges, preaching the gospel of the kingdom to the Hebrew Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright? And this week's title of this week's lesson is ORDO ab CHAO. Alright, and that's the Latin, alright, which means for order out of chaos. And that's what we're going to see. That's what the elites want to bring, alright, to the streets of America, Babylon the Great. Alright, they want chaos, in the world, really, so they could usher in a new world order. Alright, but it's ultimately of the Lord. The Lord's going to allow them to do that. It's not of their own. Alright, don't give too much credit to Esau, because the Lord has allowed them to do these things, you see. But that's what we're about to see out in the streets of Babylon, America. All right, order out of chaos, total, bloodshed, death. All right, destruction, famine, pestilence, all that, man. We're about to see that take place in the streets of America or wherever you live at. Even in other countries, we see it already. They rising up. All right, they're getting these different jump shots, if you know what I mean by that. These different laws put in place. All right, so that's gonna make its way to America, Babylon the Great, man. All right, and let's start with we're gonna start in the Apocrypha. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6. All right, then verse I'm gonna start at verse 11. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 11, and it reads, "And I answered, and then Salakia, it says, I answered then and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showedest me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, Stand upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice, and it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid. For the word of the end," so let me read it again. "And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid. For the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved. For it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened. And behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the voice of many waters. And it said, Behold, the days come that I will bring, Salakia. I'll read it again. And it said, verse 18, and it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Now this is Yahweh Shai, man. All right, he's the one who's drawn nigh. All right, he's gonna visit. All right, he's gonna not meet us as a man, as it says in Isaiah 47. All right, he's the one who's gonna visit, right? He's gonna come in the spirit of his Father, whose name is Yahweh. All right, I read it again, verse 18, and it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh, and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. These people, ultimately, the wicked people, the sinners, right? Verse 19. and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that live hurt. Salakia, I'm all over the place. Verse 19 again. And will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. That's talking about who? Esau, the other nations. They're the ones who hurt the Israelites, who are Zion, unjustly, man. Right? By putting us in slavery and doing different things. Slavery was a punishment, ultimately because we sinned against the Lord. But the way they did it, they raped, robbed, murdered our women, our children, killed, cut off our rods. It's all types of things where it says, they tied horses around. They had 2 horses and that slapped the back of the horse and then split the person apart. Like, lynched us. Like, can't forget about these. Can't forget about that. Not just us. Also, so-called Native Americans and Hispanics, man. They did these things to you as well, man. Right? Unjustly, unrighteously. Right? And it says, I'll read it again. It will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. Right? It's talking about premature births. Right? Verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right? These different CVS, BJ's, what else? Rite Aids, wherever you shop at. All right, the full storehouse shall be appear unsown, man. It's gonna be a famine, right? A shortage of food and water. I'll read it again. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, like back in 2020 when people were fighting over toilet paper. You see? And when you read that verse in the GNT, it says, hold on. It doesn't matter. But when you read that verse in the GNT, it talks about it says it's talking about the fields. I can't quote it exactly, but it's talking about the fields, being not taken care of. You can go read that for yourself, right? Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall not stand still, it shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these things, Salakia, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and see my salvation, and the end of your world. So this is the end of the world, man, the end of this age, of Esau's age, who's so-called white man, Esau Edom. Starting with the top bacon elites, man. All right. Verse 26, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. Didn't Yahushua say that? And he said that in Matthew. There's some they be standing here that shall not taste of death. Meaning what? Till they see the Son of Man come. So that's reincarnation. That proves that. It says, because back then they died. They're not still living in today's time. So they had to come back in the what? In the reincarnation, regeneration to receive that. See? I read it again. And the men that are received shall see it, and who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meeting. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. You see? So this is the time we're coming into, man. All right, a time of order out of chaos. It said that friends will fight one another. There's gonna be famine in the land, right? Let's get let's read this. 2 chapter 7, right, and verse 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and water, so small that there could but one man go therein. So what, meaning what? That the entrance is narrow, man, to the kingdom of heaven. You see? It's like it says in Matthew. It's a straight gate. You know, only one man can enter one at a time, man. You see, that's how difficult this walk is. You see, people will see it and think, oh, Christians will see this, see what we're doing, and think they can mimic it. But no, man, this is a different walk, man. You got to be called. You got to be called by the Lord. Yahweh Shem Shah, which we're called right now. We hoping and praying that we're chosen. You know. So let's get 2 Edges 14. All right. 2 Edges 14 and 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Right? You got to put off that weak nature, man. You know, this goes to myself as well. You know, we battle the flesh sometimes. But you got to pray to the Lord, man. Pray to Yahweh Shem Shai to strengthen you in the spirit and strengthen you mentally. All right, because the times we're about to come into, these people won't have a hedge. All right, they're not going to have protection. Right? Let's read that again. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. Right? Because the times are going to get more evil. Right? We're coming into evil times, man. We're living in it already. But as we move on in the days, it's going to increase. All right? You're going to see a lot of people start bugging out more. You know? You're going to see a lot of bloodshed. You see a lot of school shootings is happening. Right? You see a lot of that stuff going on. You see a lot of people, just going crazy. Right? It says, verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. See, greater evils is going to come, man. All right, greater evils is coming upon, this world. All right, and we're going to see that firsthand. Like we watch these movies like Civil War. All right, Knowing. What's another one? What's the other one? I know Civil War. It's a movie called Knowing. You brothers should watch. Oh, Independence Day. Right, the Return of the Lord, the Chariots. Right, they put these things in the movies, man. All right. Let's get 2 Edges 15. All right, to show you that we're about to come in. The title of this lesson is Order Ab Chaos. Order out of chaos. It's the Latin for order out of chaos, man. That's what the elites want. They got what's it called? Problem. I forgot how it went, but they caused a problem. They got the solution, and it's something else, right? So this is 2 Edges 15 and 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. We don't care about these people, man. We don't care about 2/3. We don't care about the other nations. They don't get it, right? Man, we are here mainly for our people, but really the elect, man. All right, and ourselves as well, because we want to be saved. We want to be beamed up to a chariot, all right, by the angels and Yahweh Shai and the angels when they return to gather their elect from the four winds of the earth, man. Right? It says, I'll read it again. I'm starting at verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. The Lord's about to bring plagues upon this world, man. All right? It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. See, the Lord's about to bring the plagues upon this world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. We're about to see all of that play out on in the earth, right? Verse 7 says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Right? They're complaining in the heavens, man. And also us on down here in these earthen vessels, we're complaining to the Lord as well, asking him to bring the destruction upon this world, upon this place, especially those of us in America, man. All right, because this is in the vibration of the world is wickedness, man. You see, they're in the YOLO spirit. You know that you only live once. You do what thou wilt. You see, it says, verse 9, and therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them. The Lord's going to avenge his holy apostles and prophets, man. On who? Babylon, America, Babylon the Great. Let's read that again. It says, and therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. You know, even innocent blood, you know, from the when the time of you know, the Native Americans were over here, Esau came and, you know, killing them, slaying them, right? Doing all types of manner of wickedness towards them, man. Right? Verse 10, it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. What's the land of Egypt? All right? Not the ancient Egypt, but the Egypt today, which is America, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You can read that in Revelation 11 and 8. Right? I read it again. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Who is the Lord's people? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those who are scattered abroad. They look like the other nations, right? Those are the Lord's people. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. It will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. What does that sound like? That sounds like civil war to me, right? And that's going to also come. Right, let's get Isaiah 19 real fast. Let's read that. Let's read Isaiah 19 real quick. Isaiah 19 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Now when you talk about Egypt, this is also talking about America, man. Because like I said, Revelation 11 and 8, America is known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? So it says, verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. You see, it's going to be civil war, man. All right, you're going to have people fight against one another. All right, race war, civil war. There's going to be even political wars going on. Right? Let's go back over here. That's what we get there. This second address. All right, and let's get this straight. These people don't care. All right, we out here for the elect. We're not out here to preach to everybody. You know, the people say, well, you out there for nobody listening to y'all. We don't care. It says in the scriptures, prophesy to the wind. You see? We are here for our salvation and to gather the Lord's, you know, to get the Lord's elect, man, to find the Lord's elect through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right, so we don't care if these people don't listen. You know, you can't care about that stuff. All right, they're going to want to listen when the time of trouble comes, right? So back in 2 Ezra 15 and 14 again, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. And what's these modern day swords? All right, these guns, man, these firearms. All right, these weapons that they have made. Right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Of course, they're going to have the power in that time, man. Right? It says a sedition among men. What is sedition? It says it means an uprising, a rebellion against who? The government. Right? I'll read it again. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. All right? Who the kings and the princes? The mayors and the governors of this world. All right? Your top leaders. All right? UN officials, all that. See? It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to have the power in that time, man. All right? Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because you're going to see martial law being set up. Are you going to see these armies roaming the streets of America? All right? That's what we're about to see in America, Babylon the Great, man. Right? I'm going to read it again. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Not be able to travel. They want to study these 15-minute cities. All right, keep you in the keep an eye on you, man. Right? It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. People, there's going to be total destruction out here, man. People going to be afraid, not knowing what to do. Right? Going to be in a perplexed state of mind. All right, you can read that in Luke 19, Luke 21 and 25, man. That speaks about perplexity. What in the world? Salaki. All right. It says, I read 18 again. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, all right, lack of food, all right, famine in the land, right, and for great tribulation because of the troublous times going on, man. That's what we're about to see it take place in America, Babylon the Great. And best believe, all right, best believe that cannibalism is going to make its way back, all right, because when you don't have food, these people don't, they didn't do a fast. We just got, we did the Day of Atonement recently. We fast for a whole 24 hours, man. These people don't do that. They don't even try, some may. I ain't gonna say all of them don't, but majority don't fast, man. It's a small number that maybe do it. They intermittent fast, or they may do a fast for a full 24 hours. They can't go 2 hours without eating, man. So in that time, you can best believe that cannibalism is gonna make its way back, man. People gonna start eating each other. Women gonna have their children for meals, right? Not a meal ticket, actual full course meal, man. All right. It says, let's get 16 now. I think that's all I wanted in this. So this second Ezra chapter 16, we're gonna go straight to the point. All right. Second 16 and 17, it says, I'm gonna actually start at 12. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. When they began to be shot into the ends of the world. What are these arrows? These arrows are what? Nuclear missiles. It's going to be shot from what? From these other nations, right? They said the Lord's going to put a spirit on them to do his will, to do his bidding, to do his will, right? It says, behold, the plagues are sent. It shall not return again until they come upon the earth. You see, so once they shoot off, then hey, that's when they're going to make its way to America, Babylon the Great. It can't be returned back, man, right? It says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer turneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So these missiles are known as plagues. They could be known as plagues as well, man. All right. Verse 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? This is the prophet Ezra saying this, man. Right? Let's read it again. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? So it's the prophet Ezra is saying the beginning of sorrows, man, or the beginning of sadness and, you know, death and war. We seeing that playing out already on a small scale, but it's going to eventually get bigger, right? World War III is going to come, right? I read it again. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. You see, a lot of people are going to die by the sword. They're going to die by famine, by starvation. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? What are you going to do when these evils start to come, man? Right? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? That's what the Lord does, man. You see, He does this to a scourge is what? A whip. It's like a whip for punishment. An amendment is a correction. It's meant for correction, man. Let's read it again. It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. So evil's going to continually grow upon this earth, man. Right? For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. You see, so you made escape. You know, dying by starvation, but you can't escape that sword, man. Right? It says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. See, it's gonna be total destruction out here, man. All right, total anarchy, right? I'm gonna jump down to verse 67. It says, 16 and 67. It says, behold, the Most High Himself is the judge. Fear Him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. Right? You hearken unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, if you're of the elect, He'll take care of you, man. That's what we're hoping and praying. We're hoping and praying for protection, for a hedge in that time. You see, it says, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. How are you going to be idle, man? Right? You may be in a 15-minute city. Or you may be in a FEMA camp, right? You can't. That's how you're going to be idle. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. See, it says, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. Right? You take the side of Esau, you know. Once he like Diddy. All right, this thing with Diddy, you know, they use him for a little bit, but now they're done with him. You know, they're gonna do the same way with you Jakes, man. If you know, especially those in the truth, you know, you selling out to the devil, you just trying to do his bidding. But once he get finished with you, man, hey, he gonna put your ass in a FEMA camp, or he gonna chip you up. See, so you in a lose-lose situation regardless, man. I'll read it again. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. And that burning wrath is who? You know, the Esau, man. That's that burning wrath. They're gonna come down with great anger, like it says in Revelation 12 and 12. Right? We'll read that a little willing. It says, verse 70. For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You know, a great persecution is gonna come upon, you know, those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And Esau knows. Look at the red list, blue list, yellow list, and black list, man. Esau knows that, you know, who we are. You know, they know where we work, they know where we live. Look at our videos, our YouTube pages. There's gonna come a time where all that's gonna be done away with, man. This era of YouTube is not gonna be for long. You know, it's gonna be you know it's a short time. You know, it's not gonna be forever where you Jakes who just take this thing as entertainment. You'll get on YouTube and just look at videos whenever you feel like it. No, man. The Lord is doing this for a purpose, to get the word out. Right? Psalms 19, that's the internet scripture. Right? So let's read it again. Verse 70. For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right, the true men of the Lord. All right, the prophets, the teachers, the apostles, the prophets. All right, the evangelists, the teachers. Those are the ones that are gonna come after, man. Right? Even some Christians too. Right? They're gonna come after those who speak against who speak up against the New World Order. Right? Verse 71. It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." Let that go past. All right, so let's read that again. Verse 71, it says, "They should be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." They gonna be like, wild men, man. All right, they gonna have no. They're gonna be in that spirit of coming down with great wrath, man. Like it says in Revelation 12:12, it says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." We're gonna be tried, man. You're gonna be tested. The Lord's gonna test our faith to see if we're really of this truth, man. Right? It says here, "O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand." The days of trouble are at hand, man. So all you people who are just in a state of YOLO, or you don't got no fear, right? The days are coming. The days of trouble are at hand, man. Right? It says here, "O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. But I will deliver you from the same." The Lord's gonna deliver his elect, man. All right. He's not gonna let his elect is not gonna be they're gonna be out here like the rest of these people. They're gonna be without a hedge. They're gonna be taken care of. Let's get this over here. Let's get Slocky, give me 1 second. Oh boy. I can't believe this. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 21. Alright. This is Ezekiel 21 and verse 8. And it says, "Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus says the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?" Right? Should we then be, being in a rejoiceful spirit? Right? Like the rest of these, like these other camps, these other Israelite groups are in. The Israelite marriages, having parties. We're not in the time for that right now, man. Right? It says, I'll read it again. Verse 10. "It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Shall we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened. It is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer." Who's the slayer, man? All right, the slayer is who? Esau, Edom. All right, let's go to Psalms. I probably went past it. Let's get Psalms, I think that's 17. Yep, Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." See that? "From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes." They can do that, man. They pass down their wealth to their children and to their children's children. And it keeps on going, generation to generation, man. Right? So going back to Ezekiel 21 and 11, it says, "And he hath given it to be furbished, right, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened it is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer. You see, so the Lord is sharper than that sword, man. All right? Esau is sharper than that sword. You see, to come down with great wrath on you Jakes, man, you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. All right, why you in the time of mirth, right? We're in a time of we're supposed to be in a time of mourning, man. Let's get Ecclesiastes, right? Real quick, give me 1 second. Ecclesiastes, I think that's 7. Ecclesiastes 7:2. It says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will live to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better." And what is your heart? Your heart is your mind, man. All right, it's the Hebrew word lav. Verse 4: "The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth." You see, so we got two different people in this thing right now, man. We got those in the house of mirth and those in the house of mourning. We're in the house of mourning, the wise. All right, those of us who are doing the will of the Lord righteously and correctly, man. All right, but those in the house of mirth, all right, they're in the house. That's where they at, man. The fools are in the house of mirth. The wise are in the house of mourning, man. See, let's get Jeremiah. All right, Jacob's trouble. If I can find it. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 4. "And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness." The Lord is asking, do men give birth to children? Of course they don't. You see, the Lord was speaking in a dark sand right there, man. Let's read it again. It says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." The time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's the he? The he are the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, because 2/3 are going to be destroyed and going to be destroyed in the lake of fire, man, by those thermonuclear missiles. Right? So the time of trouble is coming upon us, man. See? Let's get Daniel 12. Daniel 12 and 1. And it reads, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people." Who are the Israelites, man. It says, "And there shall be a time of trouble," right? Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people, right, shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." You see, so a time of trouble is coming like no other, man. And it's the time of Jacob's trouble. You see, there's gonna be all hell gonna be breaking loose. Look at Zechariah, right, real fast. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, and it says, "And it shall come to pass," right? "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right? 2/3 of Israel, of the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, are gonna be cut off and die, man. Why? Because why? You're not in your right mind right now. You know, you're in the mind of a Gentile, of these other nations, of these heathen. Right? You're taking away on the ways of America, man. You got the spirit of the world on you. Right? Even those in the truth, man. They got the spirit of the world on them. And the Lord says, "Hey, don't love this world." You see, we don't love this world. We hate this world. We want this world to be destroyed. That's why we're sighing and crying unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Let's get Luke 21, not 21, Luke 17. This is Luke 17 and 26, and it says, "And as it was in the days of Noe, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man." Let me read it again. Luke 17:26, it says, "And as it was in the days of Noe, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. And who's that? That's talking about Noah, man. All right. They did what did it in the days of Noah. They were eating, they drank, they were partying, all right, giving into their youthful lust, like today, man. Like you see these people walking, right? It's a Friday. You got kids getting out of school, getting off work, right? We're in the days of Noah all over again. While Noah was preaching about the flood coming, right? Like we're doing right now, we're preaching about destruction coming to America, right? Telling our people to repent to the true power, whose name is Yahweh, and the son's name is Yahweh Shai. And they won't listen to us, man. But what did the Lord say to Ezekiel? All right, what did he say to Ezekiel? Let's get Ezekiel 2. All right. Give me 1 second. Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 3, and it says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children, stiff-hearted, and I do send thee unto them. And thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh. And they, whether they will hear, or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them." The Lord, people are going to know that there have been prophets, all right, true prophets among them, giving them the warning, telling them what's coming, about the mark of the beast, about Jacob's trouble, about the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, about World War III. All right, they're going to know that prophets have been among them, man. We're the prophets coming back. All right, we're you saw with the apostles on down. We're the true men of the Lord. We got the 100% truth according to the doctrine of the Bible, man. Right? Let's read it again. "And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear," right? "For they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them." So you're going to know, man. When the times of trouble come, you're going to know, right? You were sitting out here, you were seeing them, walking past. When a time of trouble comes, you're going to look back like, damn, I should have listened. I should have got some information. You know, I should have repented to the Lord Yahweh Shai when I had the chance. It's going to be too late at that point, right? Let's go back to Luke, and then we're going to get we'll get something else according to the Spirit. Luke 17, all right, and 26 again, it says, "And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man," right? "They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all." You see? So it's going to be the same way today, man. All right, when all hell starts breaking loose, they're going to know. They're going to want to seek the vision of the prophet, like it says in Ezekiel 7 and 26. You see, they're going to want answers. But it's going to be too late at that point, man. Right? Let's get Proverbs. Let's get Proverbs 1. Let's bring that out. First, let's get this one. Let's get, I think that's 6. Let's go to 21. 24. So, Lock, give me 1 second. I forgot. That's all right. Let's get Proverbs 1. All right, in verse 20, it says, Proverbs 1 and 20, and it says, "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones?" Read it again, Salakia. It says, verse 22, it says, "How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." That's what it's saying, man. Who is wisdom? The wisdom is the men out on the highways and hedges preaching the gospel of the kingdom, man. Right? That's wisdom crying without. She uttered her voice in the streets, in the openings of the gates. Right out on the highways and hedges preaching the gospel of the kingdom. Right? It says, I read again, "How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge." Right? turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. But because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. How the Lord is doing that? By his men, the prophets, man. All right, telling you to repent. They're stretching out their hand, right? But you swiping away, right? It says, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. Slack it. But ye have set out at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear coming. Right? You didn't want to turn to the Lord, right? You want to try to see, but when the Lord says he's going to laugh at you when your fear cometh, right? When destruction and when trouble comes upon you, you're gonna want to come seek the Lord then, right? It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? You're going to seek the Lord. There's going to come a time where they're going to seek the Lord when it's too late. Right? But what does it say in Isaiah 55 and 6? Let's read that real quick. It says, hold on, give me 1 second. Isaiah 55 and 6, and it says, seek ye the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, right? Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Right, you got to seek the Lord while he's near, man. While you got the time, while grace in the place of repentance is open to you. Right, you so-called Negroes, Latino Native Americans, right? And those who are scattered abroad among the other nations, you got to seek the Lord, man, before it's too late. Right? It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. See, while he is near, man, while you still got the time to seek the Lord. By the time of grace and mercy is still open, man. Right? So let's go back to Proverbs 1. 1 second. Proverbs 1. Come on, man. Proverbs 1 and verse 28, it says, then shall they call upon me, right? But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, right? It's gonna be too late, man. Right? It's gonna be too late to seek the Lord, man. See that? It says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. It says, therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. See, so you hearken unto the Lord's gonna keep you safe, man. All right, we're hearkening to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Right? So now let's get Luke 21. Luke 21. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says, Luke 21 to 7, and they asked him, saying, Master, when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah. And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. Right? You got men on earth, men on the earth talking about they came back as the Lord, man. You know, they come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. But like we said in Isaiah 47, it said he will not meet thee as a man. See? So you can't be deceived by that. I'll read it again. It says, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah. And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. And it's gonna be, you could best believe that Esau's going to use the they may use, you know, they speculate they're going to use Project Bluebeam to bring back a fake, you know, return of who the world calls Jesus Christ, man, whose name is Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 9, it says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by, you see. So you're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars. You know, it's gonna start off small, right? Like Israel and Hezbollah, right? Russia and Ukraine. You know, these different small wars going on. Taiwan and China, right? But eventually it's gonna escalate to what? World War III. And it says, then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven, right? You're going to see famines and pestilences, man, right? Like back in 2020, that was a form of a pestilence, right? And they admitted that there was a trial run, you know, to see if who, you know, for people to, you know, to obey, right? That was a trial run for them, man. So best believe when the next one comes, hey, it's gonna be the real deal, you know. I read it again, verse 10. Then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. See, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And this happened back then during the times of the apostles who were disciples, the disciples who became apostles, Salakia. All right, that happened back then during their time, but it's gonna happen again. You see, they're gonna cast us into prison, or you may go to a FEMA camp and be beheaded. That's what. Let's get Revelation 20. All right. Oh, whoa. This is Revelation chapter 20. It's a lock here. Give me 1 second. This page is all type of messed up. Revelation 20:4, and it says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, right? What's the beast? The beast is the Roman Empire coming back as America, Babylon the Great, right? The beast, neither his image, which is what? The system, all right? Neither had received his mark, which is what? The mark of the beast, the RFID chip, upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they reigned and lived, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So there's gonna be brothers. There's gonna be a lot of us who are gonna be beheaded for this truth, man. Right? But you know, that's a part of the suffering. Let me do this right here. So let's go back to Luke 21. This is Luke 21 and verse 12 again. And it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you. And that happened. You know what happened to the apostle Peter, Paul, James, John. All right, all the apostles. It happened, man. They laid their hands on them. The Herods killed Herod Agrippa the first. Beheaded. He killed I believe it was James. You know, he was killed by James. Right. Apostle Peter was crucified upside down. You know. Apostle Paul, he was, I believe he was beheaded, you know, because he was a Roman citizen, so he didn't get crucified, you know. But continuing on, the same thing's gonna happen today, man. They're gonna put us in these FEMA camps, detention centers, right? And they're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be tried, man, right? But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, you know, for the name of Yahushua, man, right? And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed, both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks, and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. You see, you'll be betrayed by your loved ones, man, your closest friends, all right, relatives. You know, you're gonna be betrayed by them, man. They're gonna give you up, right? Read it again. It says, and ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So we're gonna be hated, man. Let's get Matthew 10 real quick. It speaks about that in Matthew chapter 10, right? Matthew 10 and verse 32. And it says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father, which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword. This is the Yahweh Shai saying this, man. All right, let's read that again. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am not to send. I come not to send peace, but a sword, man. For I am come to set at variance. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. You see? So you're gonna be betrayed by your parents, man. You're betrayed by friends. They're gonna look at you crazy. Let that go past. And that's Babylon for you, man. All right, nothing but confusion. You see, that's why the Lord's gonna take this place out, right? So going back, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household." You see? So let's go back to Luke. All right, 21 and verse 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. And that's going back to 70 AD. All right, and when the time of who's it? I think it was Titus. It was Titus and Vespasian came. They sacked Jerusalem, man. The Roman armies, right? Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. Right, you're gonna flee. They fled into Africa, and the different parts of Europe, right? Some stayed behind and died. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. You can equate that to today, man. You women out there who have children, you know, woe unto you that get sucked. All right, it says Salaki says, woe unto you, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, man. See, in the times of trouble, you're gonna be a liability, man. You know, like I said, they go, hey, in that time they're gonna have their children for a meal, man. They're gonna be not a meal ticket, but actual, 4-course, 5-star meal, right? Cannibalism. Verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And who are in the land right now? These strangers, man. These false so-called Jays. All right, you can't really say the word. All right, but these heathen are in the land right now, man. You see, but the time is up. The time is about to come to an end, right? And the true people are about to go back to the Holy Land, right? Starting with the elect. Verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations. With what? With perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. See, and that word perplexity means confusion. All right, you can really go into it. It means a time without want. I forgot. I went into it earlier, but I forgot the definition. But you can go to the blue letter, look at the word perplex, and go into the root word. You know, it means to be in straits. It's for lack of better words, man. You know. So it says, verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things began to come to pass, then look up, and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig trees and all the trees, where they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves, that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is nigh at hand. Right, so we know that the kingdom of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, is getting closer and closer, man. You know? Why? Because we see the signs in the world going on. Matter of fact, let's get this over here. Let's get this. Let's get I want to get I think Ephesians. Yeah, Ephesians 5 and 14. And it reads, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You see, you gotta walk. It says walk circumspectly, man. What does circumspectly mean? Circumspect means to circum means around, and spec means to look. All right, being circumspect, man. Looking at the times that's that's happening in the world, man. Going into the news, looking at articles, right? You got the elder, Yashawamba, news and privacy, elder Hawaii in the news, right? All these things that the true prophets will be doing, all right? Not having a party and having Israelite marriages, you know. Let me read it again. It says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. We're living in evil days, man. And it's going to get more and more wicked. Right, let's get Matthew 24 to prove that. Matthew 24 and 12. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. What is iniquity? All right, wickedness, sin upon sin. And the word cold is in the Greek is psycho, right? So it says what? And because iniquity shall abound, wickedness, the love of many shall wax cold, right? There's going to be a time where people are going to start bugging out more, man. You're going to see bloodshed, you're going to see famine, you're going to see death, right? That's what we're about to see out in the streets of America. You're going to see riots, you're going to see civil war, race wars, right? And you Israelites not preparing yourselves for that. You people are going to be taken by that, man, right? So let's get Revelation. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, right? That ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You see, you're going to be tried, man. We're going to suffer, man. At the time of persecution is going to come upon us. All right. So those of you who are coming to this truth who think it's going to we're trying to establish something on this side, you're totally mistaken, man. We ain't in time for that right now. Right? Let's read it again. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You're going to suffer, man. Right? Behold, the devil, who's the devil? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the top big and elites. These people are not your friends, man. These are your enemies. Let's get that real fast. All right. Look at Psalms 83. All right. Psalms 83. Psalms 83 and verse 1, it says, keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagrites, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. These are our enemies, man. These are not our friends. All right. So that devil is who? Esau, Edom, man. He's your enemy, right? It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life, man. You see, so you're gonna be thrown into a FEMA camp. But you gotta have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, you can't waver, right? You can't get weak, which a lot of Israelites will, but the elect gonna be kept safe. Verse Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. What's the hour of temptation? When the mark of the beast is being made mandatory. That's the hour of temptation, man. When you had the we're gonna make it mandatory to take the chip, right? It says that's gonna be within the times of Jacob's trouble, man, right? So like it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man may take thy crown, man. You see. So it says, the Lord is going to keep his elect safe, So let's get a few more. Let's get 2 Timothy, Salakia. Matter of fact, let's get Romans real quick. Romans 13 and 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shai, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. See? It says knowing the time that now it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. It's time for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those who are scattered abroad to awake out of sleep, man. Right? But we know that only the elect will awake. They're the only ones who are gonna understand this truth. Let's get Romans 11 and 7. And it says, Romans 11 and verse 7, it says, what then? Israel had not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right? The 2/3 are blinded, man. All right? Only the election will attain this truth. Will obtain this knowledge. And the rest of our people, they're going to be destroyed. Right? I read it again. What then? Israel had not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. The rest were blinded, man. 2/3 of our people were they're spiritually blinded. They don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Matter of fact, let's get Matthew 13. Right? Matthew 13. In verse 10 it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. You see? to those, it's not given to them, man. It's given to the elect. Those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. It says, for whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not. Neither do they understand, you see. So they see and see not, and hear they hear not, man. They don't care about this word, man. Right? Let's get Isaiah 30. And we'll read Isaiah 24 as well. Isaiah 30 and verse 8, it says, now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in the book, that it may be for a time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Talking about you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy to cease, right? You want to hear the good things, man. You don't want to hear about America, Babylon the Great being destroyed. You don't want to hear about Jacob's trouble. You don't want to hear about our enemies falling, the so-called white man and the rest of the heathen nations being in slavery. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear God is all love. Let us hold hands and rock back and forth. No, we're not out here for that, man. We are here to give you the true raw message of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Death. Let's get that Ezekiel, right? Let's get Ezekiel. Give me 1 second. All right. That's Ezekiel chapter. I believe that's 2. Ezekiel 2 and I'm gonna start at verse 8, and it says, but thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Talking about you Israelites. Open thy mouth and eat it, and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, that there was written, and there was written therein, lamentations, mourning, and woe. That's what we are here to give you, man. That's what's in this book. All right? The Christian church gives you something different. They don't tell you the truth. All right, but us, the true men of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we gonna give it to you straight, man. All right. So let's go. Let's get one more, and I'm gonna close out. Let's get this. Let's get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. It says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I run unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, and travail upon the woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? The day of the Lord is gonna come like a thief in the night, man. All right, gonna catch a lot of these people off guard. Right? But what about us? It says, but brethren, but ye brother are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. It says, ye are all children of light, and not the children of the day, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. We're watching and we're being the true watchmen, man. All right, we're the true watchmen of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, giving you the warning. All right, telling you what's to come, going into the news, going into articles, telling you about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, telling you about Jacob's trouble. Right? We are the true watchmen, man. These other Israelites, they ain't giving you that. They're giving you a sense of hope, a sense of being prosperous on this side, man. Right? Let's read Philippians. Let's finish this out though. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for an helmet the hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. You see? Let's get Philippians now. This is Philippians chapter, I think it's 4. Give me 1 second. I think it's a 3. Yeah. Philippians chapter 3 and verse 17 says, brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have. It says, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an ensample. For many walk, of whom I told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahushua, whose end is destruction, whose power is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. They mind earthly things, man. They don't want the heavenly things. You see, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. That's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for our Lord Yahushua to return and to change us from these vile bodies into new bodies, man. Lord willing of that number. You see? So, I'm going to end it off there. All right? Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you brothers and you sisters out there. All right? We don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKwadash, and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. All right, till next video, I'm going to say Shalom. May the grace of Yahweh Shem Yahshua be with you brothers and your sisters out there. All right, Shalom. Continue to endure, continue to keep the faith. Till next video, Shalom.